Okay, so this is my personal top 10 list of films I've watched throughout 2016. So everybody wants them. Not one of Richard Linklater's better films, but it was quite enjoyable all the same. I enjoyed the story following the college freshmen and all the antics they got up to, plus killer soundtrack as always with Richard Linklater. Star Trek Beyond. Really enjoyed this film. I'm admittedly a big Trekkie. A little bit nervous going into this one with Justin Lin taking the reins from J.J. Abrams. However, I quite enjoyed it, and I found the pacing was actually slowed down a bit and allowed a lot of character development. But overall, good story, good setup, and for once it's set outside the solar system, so it's actually starting to become Star Trek. Captain America Civil War. Very well made film, very enjoyable, good story, good plot, good development of characters, action, effects, everything. Tick the box. Russo brothers hit the nail on the head. But for me personally, I'm getting a little bit tired of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's just a bit too much. War Dogs. Yes, this was a surprise entry for me. I enjoyed it a hell of a lot more than I thought I would. Looking at the trailers, yeah, it looked okay. Bit of action or whatever, maybe a mindless film. But it's an interesting story. I've seen some nobodies trying to make something of themselves and just complete mayhem ensuing. Fantastic soundtrack. Cut very, very well in with the film. There are other films that came out in 2016, threw in great songs here and there, and it just worked terribly, namely Suicide Squad. You can't just make a film on the back of a soundtrack. You let the soundtrack work with the film, and I found War Dogs did that quite well. Very well shot. Very, very similar kind of tone and effect to The Hangover, not story-wise, but effects-wise and cinematography-wise, very similar. So you could see that kind of theme carrying across, but very, very enjoyable film nonetheless. Sing Street, what a great film. I may be a little biased here being Irish, but what a great, great film. Great story, coming of age, basically set in a Christian Brothers school in Dublin 1980s, set to the back. Fantastic soundtrack, great acting, great story, great development of characters. You really cared, real sense of brotherhood and brotherly love. I'd highly recommend going to see this film. One of my more enjoyable films of 2016. Came in as a late entry, but I'm glad. Accountant came in at number 5. Maybe not a lot of people would agree with where I put it on the list or whether I should even put it on the list, but for me, I was actually quite impressed with the film. Ben Affleck, great acting. Not the easiest of roles to pull off, but he pulled it off. Really enjoyable story. Just the pacing at little times was a little bit off, but look, I forgive it for that. Overall, I thought it was a thoroughly enjoyable film. One of those films where you rarely check your watch. So Rogue One, yes, coming in at number 4. Yeah, I was looking forward to this film. A little apprehensive about where it would fit in with the universe and how it would actually lead into episode 4, but I think it did it quite nicely and tied up a lot of loose ends. One major loose end that's in episode 4. Yeah, there was a few complaints about the character development of that, but to be honest with you, for me personally, it was a story which fed into episode 4. So if you basically look at it as two films, almost as one story, it works very, very, very well, and the two of them do complement each other quite well. And there are some kick-ass scenes, namely with a certain character that we haven't seen for a while. All in all, very, very good film. The action was very, very good. The effects, my God, it looked like the fight was real in space. You're looking at it and you can't tell what's a special effect and what's not. It's just that good and that clear. So coming in at number 3, we have The Nice Guys. Now this was one of my big surprise films of 2016. I went into this film knowing absolutely nothing about it. I just decided I'll catch it on a Friday night with a friend, and I was thoroughly surprised and satisfied. It entertained me from the start to end. The characterization was great chemistry between Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling. The story, you just were engrossed, you wanted to see what happened. It was funny, it was well shot, just everything about it was very, very well put together. And it's a shame it didn't do as well as it did, because it's a very, very good film and I'd highly recommend going to see it if you haven't seen it. Deadpool, number 2. Holy God, was this film funny. It just ticked all the entertainment boxes. Right. I'm lost for words at some points. Like Ryan Reynolds, my God, like he killed it. He absolutely killed it as Deadpool. The action, the comedy, the timing, the just. It was a film that I'm sure it's been said before, but a lot of these movie studios were maybe a bit afraid to kind of go ahead and, with the R-rated comic book film. Well, my God, Fox pulled it off. So definitely deserved number 2 on my list. Okay, so coming in at number 1, this could be a bit of a surprise for many. It was certainly a surprise for me. I did not know anything about this film. In fact, I thought it was a Western before I even went to see it. Went in with low expectations, thinking, okay, well, not many people are talking about this film. Maybe it's not great, but look, sure, we'll give it a shot. Oh my God, was I blown away by this film. Fantastic story, fantastic acting, just everybody brought their A game. Ben Foster, Chris Pine, Jeff Bridges as always. Fantastically shot. It's a great story. You're following these anti-heroes, but yet rooting for them, and it was my surprise film of 2016, and I think it deservedly belongs at the top of the list. Okay, well listen, thanks for taking the time to watch the video. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded. I'm hoping to get back into this and do a bit of thought sharing on film, doing a bit of vlogging and that. So again, it's probably early days again for me, but appreciate you taking the time. And look, if you do want to keep up to date on any new videos or reviews or whatever that I upload, just click below, subscribe, and perhaps drop a comment. Give me some suggestions. What do you think of your favourite 2016 films? Is there anything that you think deserves to be on that list? Or perhaps you want to share your list? Anyway, thanks again for taking the time to watch the video, and keep up to date for any new releases. And I'll catch you again soon. Cheers.